What's up, True Heel Heat? True Heel Heat. What's up? True Heel Heat. All hands is on me.
What's up, guys? It's Wolverine, that's Machine, Mr. GMSI himself, Brian Cage, and you're watching True Heel Heat. Who better? Nobody.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube and Facebook for AEWramble episode 85, Building Pillars, reviewing the March 15, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite. I am here with my esteemed colleague, my co-host, the man of 48,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of Tony Khan, Mr. Jimmy Macram.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. And, yeah. Give me a minute.
This is exactly how our pre AEWramble meeting went, where I asked Jimmy, how did you think the show was? And he was like, I don't know.
Oh, props to Shawn Michaels though for actually doing something on his television show. That's not a shot at Tony Khan. Well, kind of more shot at him and Triple H. I like the Roxanne Perez edge though. I like it. I love that idea. The Perez thing.
She's doing Roxanne Perez doing the Shawn Michaels 1995.
Yes, do something. I was seeing all these people on Twitter talking about, I can't believe she lost the title to a storyline. I'm like, yes, as opposed to all those wrestlers who lose their belts in real fights, you fucking idiots.
did you enjoy Candice LeRae forcing her child to watch watch his father get his ass kicked in front of the house?
Can we acknowledge
the worst acting ever?
Stop it.
I had to review the show this week, Jimmy. I had to do double watch.
It would have been amazing if she was a good actress, though. I like that idea.
It wouldn't have been amazing because it didn't make it
amazing strong. It would have been fine.
It's because you went from point B to point X in a week. There was no build up to it.
But I realized my problem with Triple H is we talked last week about how Tony Khan and like Vince Russo probably need like a Vince McMahon, like an overseer to kind of get rid of all that goofy shit. I think Triple H needs the opposite. He needs somebody to like push him. Like, no, do more, please. What are you doing? This is not the 80s. Jesus Christ.
I think that if you combine Shawn and H on the main roster, maybe we could get some consistency. I think that would be the thing. That would be the thing. So all of Shawn using his career as a template for all of his storylines, mixed with Triple H's kind of slim. So Triple H's. This is why I said a lot of the stuff that people want to blame Vince on. I was like, no, this has a lot of Triple H fingerprints to it. Because if you look at the NXT, even in its prime, it was a lot of simplicity. to a lot of his stories. It wasn't the most riveting stuff. It was very simple stuff. A lot of the Asuka feuds, if you go back and watch it, was Asuka coming out and staring down with somebody and having a great match with them. That's all it really was.
I think because people will think Triple H, they think DX and Attitude Era. He's an 80s baby. He loves simple ass wrestling. I am not as big of a fan. Please do something exciting, please. I don't ask for much.
I don't want to see the same thing week after week.
It's 8 WrestleMania feuds that are exactly the same.
Here we go, talking about WWE again to start off the show. But yes, we are here for AEWramble episode 85, Building Pillars. We're going to be discussing the March 15th, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite, their debut in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. As always, we thank you all for joining us every Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time on AEWramble. Remember to show your appreciation back. Drop the thumbs up on this video. Simplest thing you can do. It helps the YouTube algorithms, helps us out so much, helps other people see this video. Of course, you could also share the video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And if you're watching us over on Facebook, you could drop a heart, a like, an angry emoji, a laughing emoji, however AEW Dynamite made you feel last night. Show that with those emotes on Facebook. And of course, you can sound off on the live chat if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, and let us know your thoughts on AEW Dynamite last night. We're going to try to highlight as many of your comments as possible, but the best way to have your comment highlighted on screen and to help the channel grow is with a super chat donation. We got Annika in the chat here saying, y'all on time. What?
Oh,
yes,
wow.
I know. We were talking and I was just like, okay, we're just going to go right into this. Maybe during the intro, you could get the rust off. He's just waking up just a minute before we go live. We got Lewis here who says hi. We got Jaleel who says hello, everyone. Dolores is here with us saying, what's up, everyone? We got CM who says MJF should have gotten beaten up more.
Hilarious.
Come on. I'm sorry. He popped the hell out of me when he said, y'all got me shamumple up in here. Yo, I almost died.
He was on one last night. He was so outrageous. You better cheer or you're anti-Semitic. Yo, he's wild.
He was on one, and I loved it, each and every moment of it. Ace saying, what's up, SP3, Jimmy, and chat. We also got Annika who says, hey, diapers cost money. Wake up, baby wrestler. How is that child awake at 9 p.m.? And that was the thing that frustrated me the most as a father of 3-year-olds, that I have these 3-year-olds go to sleep by like 7 p.m. They woke that child up, Jimmy, for that segment. I know they did. I know they did.
Yeah, why not? What is he doing? You have a busy day tomorrow?
Yes.
You got his bills to pay? You don't get
gonna wake up at, his ass gonna be up at 5 a.m. on no sleep. They got a schedule. Oh my God. Ricky is here with us. Ricky Castillo is in the chat saying, what's up, fellas? It's been a minute since I've caught y'all live. Thank you for joining us for AEWramble episode 85. We got DJ Eric saying, greetings, SP3, Jimmy Macram, and THH fam. What's the most disclaimers Jimmy has gotten in one show? I think it was like 11, 12, 13.
Yeah,
it was double digits. Yeah.
When you guys had that like alarm sound.
Yes, it was the one where Romeo had to come on in the back end and make like a new disclaimer saying new record.
That was fun.
That was a great one.
Oh, 14.
Jesus, we were off. We got Frantic World saying, what's up, SP3, Jimmy, and chat. We got a super chat donation very early on from the good brother Chase. Thank you so much, Chase. You're always one of my favorites in the chat. He says, try not to laugh challenge today. Got a meeting, but here to listen. Let's hope I don't get caught. You'll probably get caught, knowing us. Knowing us and the stuff that we talk about. Usually going to get caught with messing around with us. Annika, yes, calling out that it was 14. DJ Eric saying, Chase, you're royally screwed. CM is off too. She said, I think it was 13 and 11 were not worthy of being disclaimers. Look at her being back to being your attorney. Jimmy Macram attorney.
Agreed.
Well, Joseph says the true heels who are babyface, what it do, and I'm only this might be the only time I will address it because we've have talked about this in the past. I don't know if you seen my Twitter activity over the last week.
What happened?
Jimmy, I had to murk Louis on Twitter this week. Yeah.
What'd he say? I'm curious.
We were going back and forth because I made a post. It was that post. I don't know if you've seen it going around. Like, what's the WWE opinion that you'll have knives coming at you?
Okay, and what was yours, sir?
Mine was Triple H based. But the last thing I put is a factual statement. It was Vince McMahon laid the groundwork for Bloodline success because the Bloodline storyline started under Vince. Triple H has elevated it. I never said that. And I feel like a lot of people was kind of thinking that I was saying that it's two different things. No, Vince McMahon laid the groundwork. Triple H elevated it.
Did you say that at the time?
No, I just put Vince McMahon laid the groundwork for Bloodline success. So we were debating about that, and he basically admitted that yes, Sami Zayn was involved with the Bloodline under Vince McMahon, and I was like, yeah, you're kind of grasping at stars here because you just admitted what I was saying all along is that he set it up. He set up the whole thing. And then he goes and makes it personal and says, Jesus, a bit of exposure goes to your head, didn't it?
Oh, shit.
Yes. So I was like, I had to tell him, like how you became a parody of a wrestling journalist and became the laughingstock of wrestling media. Yeah, that's a damn shame too. So yeah, I've been getting all public. Yeah, this is all public. It's right. You could check it out in my replies. But I've been getting a lot of pats in the back this week because of that. Because someone had to finally tell him the truth.
Jesus Christ! Why does everybody hate this guy? I mean, I hate him, but I hate him before I knew who it was.
Because he became no, I was telling the truth. He became a parody of a wrestling journey. He basically, the company he works for works with WWE, so he went full deep end on becoming a WWE show and also a troll to AEW and any other company, and it's kind of burned bridges with everybody that used to praise him and big him up.
Well, that's everybody who praises and big him up. You're all fucking idiots anyway. So he deserves it.
I was one of those people. I actually think the kid's talented. Yeah? I actually think
this is actually a good story. This is a story of everybody getting exactly what they deserve.
You got me there. You got me there. And yes, Annika. He's not the same nugget that all of y'all used to like. He's definitely burned bridges with a lot of the people that used to like him. No one wants to associate with him. So
Jesus.
Yeah. I'm just going by my DMs.
Wow.
Most of my DMs were that. Multiple people told him, like, yeah. And then he tried to say, he was like, all the people that say negative stuff about me wouldn't say it to my face at a show. I was like, I'll say everything that I just said to your face at a show, and you won't do a damn thing. And he said, he was like, yeah, I won't because I don't care. And then other people had to call out the fact that you also proved him right twice because you proved you're a bitch. Because you said you were not going to do anything.
That'd be fair. That's what you get for dropping that line. Won't say it to my face. Would you stop it?
Yeah, like
I'm scared of wrestling fans.
Will Joseph says, "Damn, SP3, you put him in a pack like that." I mean, he asked for it. I don't know why he had to make it a personal thing. We
baited him, and
we were debating by wrestling.
Been doing it for 20 years.
That's like saying I was really trying to bait you, but you weren't on social media. I was trying to bait you or Romeo. I baited Romeo, and Romeo had to pull out an old meme. So I was like, "Oh man, it's a hard day for Triple H defendants. Wow. Oh, it's a hard day out here. Y'all gotta read."
I was watching Raw in the gym, and I was like, "There's nothing happening on this fucking show. What are we doing?"
Cody's promo
acting like WrestleMania is in 3 months. Like, what are we doing?
Cody's promo was great.
Oh, Cody's always great. Yeah, that's not true. Cody's been great since he got here.
And we got a super chat donation from Kid Get Money, aka Kid Sends Money, who says, "Yeah, don't take shit from nobody, SP3. just like the Jags ain't gonna take that Chiefs L lightly. Chiefs play in Duval next year. We gonna break Mahomes' leg for this time. Oh shit! How did that escalate so quickly?
What are we doing, sir? He's having a stroke over there about the Jags. Fair enough. I'm mad at it.
I ain't mad at it either. Oh man, that was great. Oh, look at that! It was Ace's birthday too. You share a birthday with the MJF. Look at that. He said I had a fantastic birthday yesterday while MJF went through the table with his birthday cake on it. We're about to talk about that very, very much. We got King of the North in the chat saying Cody talked about his dad again. Woo!
Oh Jesus! It's the whole point of the story. Don't be a jerk.
Finish the story. I gotta hand it to King of the North. He was one of the people that quote tweeted that tweet from what's his face and basically said, yeah, this is very ironic because the only person who let a bit of exposure go to their head was him.
Well, fair enough. King of the North does seem like a very I'd be nice. Whatever.
I love you just like backing away. Like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna leave that one alone. Valavi says that's worth $10. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Any plugs for the Jags? We appreciate Kid sends money. But yes, let's get into AEW Dynamite. I don't know. We always spend like 10-15 minutes on stuff that's
everything except AEW. Fair enough.
It's also because we're like friends that don't talk for a week. And then we have to we just do it live on air for everybody. Last night's AEW Dynamite was from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I would say this was one of the best crowds in quite some time.
Stop it. Look at
I thought they were very
not biased at all, clearly.
Yes, I'm Canadian. Yes.
Yeah. They were good. They were a good crowd. They're not a slave state crowd, but they were good. They were everything that didn't involve Winnipegians, they were good.
Hey, what about the stuff that involved Winnipegians?
They lost their minds. It was totally about them. A bunch of group of selfish cocksuckers. When it's about us, now we're interested. We pay attention, and we're going off.
We will not have blasphemous said about Winnipeg.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Can we get another George Bush in there? We've had Obama and Biden and Trump. Can we get Bush in there so we can fucking invade Canada? Take over
what? What are we doing?
We need a 51st state.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
We're not asking for George W. Bush to come back. Anyway, let's get into the opening segment.
Just for War of Canada. How long is the War of Canada going to take? A month? Maybe?
The show kicked off with MJF's re-bar mitzvah. This man was in all the 9. He had a new suit on, had his yarmulke on, had the Judaism scarf instead of the Burberry one. He comes out with 4 women. Each of the women give him a kiss on the cheek, except for the last one, who he full on makes out with. See, he's not heartbroken anymore, ladies and gentlemen. He then grabs the mic.
Play her cards. Was her name Naomi?
Yes.
She's gonna find out MJF there.
After all the streamers come down with the Jewish flag colors, he gets on the mic and says the Winnipeg people are idiots because they used to call Bret Hart great, and he's not great. He says that I think everyone can admit Shawn Michaels was always better. He says his religion is the only one that matters, and we are here to celebrate his birthday. He says, under the eyes of his Lord, when a boy turns into a man, he hits 13, and it's a bar mitzvah. But we are having a re-bar mitzvah because after March 5th, when he tapped Bryan Danielson out, he went on to retain the title. So he is no longer merely a man. He is the Iron Man. And he asks for some music. They start, a whole bunch of guys come out with the chair. They start dancing around. It felt like Wedding Crashers. They put him in the chair. They start hoisting him up and dancing until the music of Jungle Boy hits, and Jungle Boy comes out to interrupt. We see MJF has put on a Burberry hat at this point. Before Jungle Boy is about to speak, out comes Sammy Guevara, the Spanish god who is apparently probably different from the Jewish god that MJF was referring to. We also see that the cake is at the bottom of the ramp. Sammy tries some icing before he gets in the ring, and before he could say something, it is the fourth pillar. Darby Allin comes out. So we have in the ring for the first time, I think, since AEW started, all four pillars of All Elite Wrestling are in the ring together, and the crowd is hyped.
A year ago.
The crowd is hyped for this. MJF asks for the music to cut. The crowd is very pro Darby Allin here. MJF says, no, they are not ruining this for him. And all three men at once say, I want a title match. Jungle Boy gets on the mic first, and he says the last time they wrestled was back in 2020 at Double or Nothing with no fans, and they went back and forth for over 20 minutes until he cheated like he always does and won. After that, their lives went in different directions. While MJF got handed chance after chance, Jungle Boy wrestled the rest of the way in Jacksonville on Dark. He says, as a matter of fact, they've all been on Dark, but MJF hasn't. MJF has never been on Elevation, Dark, not even a Rampage. He only comes out once a week and spends 20 minutes talking his same hokey bullshit. And he says it's crazy to him because there's an entire roster who bust their ass and maybe get 60 seconds on this show. And he says he's been doing the same hokey bullshit for the past 4 years. We get a hokey bullshit chant. He says this whole place, entire place revolves around MJF. And the first step in changing that is taking the title away from MJF. MJF says, unlike all of them, they're in the back. He is a star. And that's why this company revolves around him. But he's interrupted by Sammy Guevara. Sammy tells MJF to shut up before he turns his re-bar mitzvah into a re-circumcision.
What?
Yes, he said that. Sammy said it took him 10 plus years on the indies to get here. MJF lied and cheated to get here and talked his way into it. He says he finally got here and he was told he was only supposed to be the Inner Circle's job guy. He was only supposed to be the bump guy for Jericho, but he overcame it all and he became a champion 3 times over. Sammy is not like MJF. He never had the machine and never needed it. He got him here and he'll get him to the title. He says that all these fans, and no matter if they like it or not, these dumbass fans don't have to. He tells MJF he will be the world champion because he's the best ever and you know it. MJF appreciates Sammy, was able to take time out of his busy schedule of getting into locker room scuffles in the back to come out here. We then get Darby. He says that it's his time to speak. He says that he asks for a hold on the applause because he wants to tell a story. He says in 2013, he went to film school and he turned in a movie where someone said he'd have to change the entire film. So he dropped out. This blessing gave him the balls to do something he never thought possible, become a pro wrestler. First day at the Buddy.
Making some wrestling now.
First day at the Buddy Wade Academy, and before he walked in, he said to himself he would make it or fail at it as Darby Allin, but he will not change a damn thing. All these years later, he tells Khan maybe he is the worst businessman ever because there will never be a bidding war for Darby Allin because AEW gives him something no amount of money can afford him, the chance to let him be him. The biggest problem he has with this company is a bunch of grown-ass wrestlers in the back going on Twitter saying that they aren't happy, they want out, including MJF, our world champion. With the whole bidding war of 2024, AEW means more to him than it ever did to MJF, and this is why he should be the champion. If he doesn't get the match, he'll go complain about it on Twitter. No, seriously, he said that he will beat MJF's head in with a skateboard and then give him a headlock takeover. I like that little callback to their feud there. MJF removes his glasses and hat, and damn! Darby Allin even calls out, "You look like shit." But MJF puts back on his hat. He said he gives a quick jab to each person. He calls Jungle Boy Jungle Jabroni. He calls Darby Allin a meth addict, and he says that Sammy's gonna go propose to a new girl in 7 months. Sammy says, speaking of people proposing, he was like, "Didn't your fiance break your heart?" Then MJF calls out that each of them have had their mentors. He said Jungle Boy had Christian, Sammy has Jericho, Darby has Sting. Well, MJF has nobody, because unlike these three talented hacks, he never needed it to be enrolled. He never needed to be enrolled in AEW Daddy Daycare. He says that he is the only pillar that can keep this place up. He has beaten every single one of them in singles competition. So why do they deserve a chance? They don't even deserve to sniff it. These three need to leave his party, and he is going to eat his cake because he deserves it. He says to Sammy, "Thank you." To Darby, "Screw you." And to Jungle Boy, "Bye." He then smushes Jungle Boy in the face. Jungle Boy then attacks him from behind with the microphone. Sammy attacks Jungle Boy from behind, and Darby drop kicks Sammy into MJF, who goes face first into his cake, because that is wrestling prophecy. All cakes must be ruined by the heel going into them. I thought this was a great segment. This is the revolving door segment that I got annoyed with a long time ago, but I enjoyed the hell out of this. I did not like a lot of the shoot stuff that was said, like Sammy, a lot of
everything out of Sammy's mouth. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of stuff out of Sammy's mouth rubbed me the wrong way, but I thought everybody else was better here, and I thought the delivery was great. So I thought this overall was a great segment. What did you think?
Very WWE-ish to me. I didn't hate it. I mean, I do like a good promo. Positive. Wait, we doing negative first? Positive first? I forget what we decided.
You said negatives first.
Negative. Sammy stinks. I'm sorry, and they did their absolute best to give him some interesting material. But all of his material is shoot stuff, which doesn't work in the context of a fucking program. Can you imagine midway through fucking The Mandalorian, somebody asks Mando, why'd you lose the kid? And he said, it was written that way. That's a terrible line. Why the fuck is that even what? But in wrestling, apparently it's okay to just pretend like this is all fake. It's my least favorite thing. And everything Sammy said was about that. That aside, I thought everybody else was great. I thoroughly loved it. I thought Darby was the best he's ever been with a live microphone. I thought Jungle Boy was rather comfortable. He looks like I was waiting for him to stumble and stutter, but it never happened. He's just comfortable now. Christian to go.
He has that confidence. He's coming out of the Christian feud.
Goddamn right. And MJF is amazing as always. He's so good. Everything he does feels natural. Though I have a question.
I know I said it before, but that you got me Shamunka up in here. that had me weak. That had me weak.
Is Jungle Boy the only person to win the last match he had? I mean, not considering MJF, of just the challengers.
No, Sammy's won 2 straight singles matches.
So it's just Darby.
Yeah, just Darby.
Last match.
But he got over with the TNT Championship.
He lost a secondary title, and now I believe he's owed a title shot. On what planet does that work? All right, sure. You know what? Fuck it. What are we gonna do with this? Triple threat? I'd like a triple threat, please.
4 pillars. Give me the 4 pillars match.
Fatal forward. Like what show? It's not a pay-per-view show. Stop.
Double or nothing.
No.
Double or nothing. Give it to me.
Give
it to me.
No.
Give it to me.
No disrespect to anybody. No.
That is all disrespect. What are you talking about?
I have it in the discussion.
Good point, Safet. I forgot that one note from MJS promo. He did say that his bar mitzvah was great. He lost his V card at 13 years old.
I assume the insinuation was one of those hot chicks he was standing next to.
Yeah.
Not quite how that works, though. MJF is hilarious.
Did you see the picture of him at 13?
I did. He just looks like the guy we see. He looks like a younger version of that guy. Awesome. Jesus.
4 pillars match. 4 pillars. We got Annika who says Darby being the best pillar. To be fair, what you said, I do agree with what you said that Darby did lose his last singles match with Samoa Joe last month. But when you heard the crowd, the person who was most over that felt like a real challenger to MJF was Darby.
Yes, Sammy's a bum. Jungle Boy was terribly booked, even against the Christian thing. Christian came back for no reason. And Darby's the only person that was used decently the last 2 months. I agree. And Darby's awesome. Darby versus MJF, but not the pay-per-view. None of these 3 deserve to be on pay-per-view against MJF. I'm sorry. All 3 of them deserve to be on pay-per-view against MJF. I'm sorry.
4 pillars match. Big Man Dog says this segment was very WWE in a good way. I think
you have a fucking goatee Roman Reigns in your photo? That guy doesn't exist anymore. Never. It never happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's the all black goatee. You don't got the gray goatee that we see nowadays. We got CM who says he wasn't lying for once. Yes, this is true.
Yeah,
this
is true.
Yeah. Safet knows it. 4 pillar title match should be booked at Double or Nothing. See, the people agree.
I like having a match where you know exactly who's going to go over.
That's what we knew about Revolution, but
if you one of the didn't get concerned in the let's say the 15 minute to go mark, that fucking Dragon Man, that's how near fall it was, but it was amazing.
It was in the overtime, the Psycho, because he won the first fall with the Psycho knee. So when he hit it in the overtime, everyone got on their feet and they were convinced. That's the key. That's the key to. I compared that moment to the Shawn Michaels Undertaker WrestleMania 25 when Michaels hits the second sweet chin music and gets that near fall, and the fans in the building were actually convinced Shawn was going to break the streak. I was like, the key to a match where you know who the winner is going to be is convincing the people that they don't know who the winner is going to be. That's the key.
I thought you were going to go with the Hell in a Cell, the sweet chin music pedigree, because I was convinced.
That too.
I was so convinced.
That was the difference in that match. Yeah.
Yeah. But to be fair, there is no disrespect to anybody. There is no Bryan Danielson in this match. There is no Triple H in this match. There is no Shawn Michaels in this match. It's not happening. I'm sorry.
Hey, that was the key to remember Double or, I don't know. You don't remember. You don't have a good memory. But I have a good memory. Double or Nothing 2021 when it was Kenny Omega versus Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Orange had that moment in that match where he hits the orange punch and everybody in the building were convinced that Orange Cassidy.
Everybody in the building. Who was in the building, sir?
It was in Jacksonville.
Yeah, dumbass wrestling fans. I was not convinced at home. I knew Orange Cassidy's not winning the fucking championship. What are you talking about? Sorry, Jacksonville.
Why do we have to call all wrestling fans dumb?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
You say the percentages.
You could put a percentage on it. You can do that. That's fair. We got Annika who says this was probably the best promo Jungle Boy, Darby, and Sammy has done in a long time.
Sure.
Yeah. In the ring, definitely in the ring for sure. We got Ace who says MJF denies them a title match. What I can see is that each of them you could present it as they want to do the 4 pillars matchup, but each person has to win like a qualifying match to get into it.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all.
I do agree. It can't just be make the match because Darby's coming off a loss. Jungle Boy got the win against Christian, and he's undefeated this year. Sammy's been undefeated, I think, in singles competition this year, but you still need to make them feel like legitimate contenders by winning matches before you get to Double or Nothing.
If you say so. I don't think we can make them feel like legitimate contenders before Double or Nothing fucking next year. It's not happening. It's just not. I'm sorry.
Annika bringing up a good point, saying MJF forgetting he was with Cody, the Inner Circle, and the dang Pinnacle to get to
none of them are father figures at all. Cody
was like a big brother.
Yeah, at best. And MJF was more of a leech to Cody. Same thing with the Inner Circle. And the Pinnacle is his crew. Sorry.
That was true. King of the North saying WWE runs the promo parade stuff into the ground, so when it's done right, you're like, it was here. Christ. It's to WWE.
This fucking Triple H's. I mean, this is fucking SP3's burner account. What are we doing here?
Look at my hands, people.
This is like pre-done, so it pops up at certain points in the show. They're like, what the fuck is this? It's like a fucking look at a discount version of fucking SP3 talking to you.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
Every single thing he said has had a smarmy fucking. He wears glasses. He's got a fucking Grateful Dead T-shirt on. Fucking likes indie films. And he thinks AEW is fucking brilliant. Shut up. Everything he says is to get that tone of voice to it. Ugh. I like
Why are you this way?
I'm not a big fan of the Beatles, man. Velvet Underground was just so much better. Like, shut up.
Why are you this way? I must ask, why are you this way? Will says SP3, Tony Khan like doing shoot stuff. That's all we do, baby. Yeah, some of the shoot stuff is fine, but other times it's like a little too much. We got Joe Pearl saying MJF will make them all go through each member of the firm. There you go. Give me Ethan Page versus Darby again. I would love that. Run that back. That's one of my favorite Darby feuds. Give me Jungle Boy versus Big Bill. And then give me Sammy versus Stokely. Give me that. Stokely. You know Stokely Hathaway's the enforcer of the firm. No, Sam, if you want to run back another feud, Sammy and Matt Hardy. That could be one.
Can Matt Hardy retire? Please, like Jeff Hardy's not coming back, right? It didn't seem like it. Get out of here.
We got Frantic World that says Jimmy going after the wrestling fans in Florida as only he can.
Well, they're particularly awful, but not all wrestling fans. What percentage? 50 what? Is it at least 50? At 50 what is the question? 6? 60?
I thought you were gonna go 59.
Awful people.
The highest 50 you could possibly go. Joe Pearl also Sammy saying I didn't have the machine behind me when Chris Jericho literally got him hired.
You've been a cunt whenever you've gotten the chance. Why would the machine get behind you?
I mean, yeah, that is kind of true. That is kind of true. And also he was in the first ever Dynamite match against Cody Rhodes. Like, what are we doing here?
I just don't like the promo in general. Whether it's true or not, it's irrelevant. It also happens to not be true.
You're a 3-time TNT champion. I think the machine got behind you at some point. At some point, sir. I know it wasn't originally behind you, but they got behind you at some point. When the fans were rejecting you, you were still winning the TNT championship.
Right? The fuck?
Overall, I thought this was a great segment. And it really shows that it's a fresh title scene now in the main event scene right now.
Yeah, for the next month and a half.
Hey, we got a month and a half, no, 2 months before Double or Nothing. So
we're not doing Double or Nothing. We can't be.
Double or Nothing.
This can't be serious. This is
not Give it to me, Tony. Give it to me, Tony. Or give it to me, Shad, and then check with Tony. Next week.
I want the picture again.
Next, we had Chris Jericho. He received an honor earlier in the day from the Winnipeg government, with his home streak being honorably named as Chris Jericho Way. I thought this was pretty cool. It shows that Jericho's a big star.
A big star, if you say so. Look at his face. Wearing makeup?
Baby, I don't know. Or not wearing makeup. I don't know. Next, we had the opening contest. I think this is like the longest we've gone in quite some time before our opening matchup.
Definitely since Punk.
Because the opening segment was like 20 minutes. It was pretty long.
I liked it. I'm here for it.
I did. So we had the opening matchup, which was the Blackpool Combat Club's Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta versus Hangman Adam Page and the Dark Order, represented by Evil Uno and the returning Stu Grayson. Stu Grayson was over like Rover with these Winnipeg fans. They were so glad to see him back. Even before he gets into this matchup, they're chanting, "Let's go, Stu! Let's go, Stu! We won, Stu!" chant. And he comes in on fire. He was going through everybody. I love his slingshot DDT from inside the ring to the outside apron. But finally, Blackpool Combat Club isolates him after a triple power driver on the outside. Moxley follows up after the break with a power driver inside the ring for a 2 count. Grayson manages a knockdown of his own, and he hot tags Hangman Adam Page in. He starts running wild on Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli, and then finally Jon Moxley is tagged in. I love the moment where Moxley is tagged in and they do this shot, and you see all the fans come to their feet. It shows you that the fans are invested in the Moxley Hangman feud, even though we should move past it as a singles form. I enjoyed this form in it, though. Hangman is taken out of this matchup, though, when he goes to the apron. He's looking for the buckshot lariat on Jon Moxley, and he's blasted in the back of the head with a ring bell by Wheeler Yuta. Yes, the Blackpool Combat Club turning up that heeldom even more in this matchup. At that point, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson realize they're on their own, and they just go off. They go off on plenty of offense. Stu Grayson was tremendous here. He does the dive to the outside on Claudio Castagnoli. Evil Uno drops Jon Moxley with the paradigm shift, and then Stu Grayson hits a 450. They hit the fatality for a near fall as well. Some really good near falls towards the end here, but the Blackpool Combat Club is too much with the numbers game. Evil Uno is taken off the apron by Wheeler Yuta, and then they give Claudio gives Stu Grayson the pop-up European uppercut, followed by Jon Moxley applying the rear naked choke into the bulldog choke for the pass out win, the referee stoppage win, as Moxley chokes out Stu Grayson. After the match, Moxley will not release the hold because he's a dick now. They are assaulting Stu Grayson after the bell. Evil Uno comes in and he gets jumped and he gets taken out. It's not until John Silver and Alex Reynolds come down and chase off the Blackpool Combat Club that we finally end this post-match beatdown. I thought this matchup was great. It was such a hot crowd, and it's such a fine way to start off the show with a lot of heat and reaction to this bout here. What did you think about this opening 6-man?
Really good match. Crowd being so hot for Stu. Wow, it was both jarring and fun.
Well, we always said Stu was the best member of the Dark Order anyway.
With relative ease. So, of course, he was the one that they let go. I think he's not good at anything. I swear. See, don't get me started. Don't get me started. I was doing all right. I was doing good. Sorry, you're bad at every single job. Every single job. You're bad as a booker. You're bad as an owner. You're bad as a promoter. You're bad as an agent, apparently. And as King Money would testify to, you're bad at whatever the fuck you do for the Jags, which I'm assuming is standing around.
I keep telling you, analytics.
Absolutely.
Each and every week. Analytics.
Look what I drew. The elephant. Why is it orange, you idiot?
Will you just talk about the matchup, please?
All right. 6-man. That was fun. It was good. It was fine. That was more fine. It was really good.
I love how you start leveling up. You started that really good. You started that. It was okay. It was fine.
I got caught up with Stu. And then it was Tony Khan, and it just brought my mood down. It was a rest. It was really good. It was on the better side of matches today. Was it? Yes.
Yeah, it was.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I got to be honest, though. The more I watch Moxley, the more he's got a... Has he got into trouble or something? Everything he does looks the opposite of stiff to me. Everything he does.
Really?
Like, even his forearms. Watch him and Hangman exchange forearms and think they're doing the same thing. His look atrocious next to Hangman's. I'm sorry. They just do.
Hangman does have really good forearms, though. I mean, he does the forearms very stiff with them.
Moxley's the best promo in the business for 2 minutes at a time. He's fantastic. But it in the ring, he leaves quite a bit to be desired. I'm sorry.
I guess that was your form of constructive criticism. So
none of this is constructive because they don't listen except Tony Khan. But
Tony Khan listens. We can tell. Yeah. Look at how they hype up main events now. We and people should thank us for how they hype up main events now.
Right? Like a real wrestling show.
We legitimately complained about that for a good 3-month stretch, and then ever since, but like especially this year, they've been doing a very better job of hyping up their main events.
Seriously, it's the easiest thing in the world to do. Why not do it? Anyway, yeah, this was a good start to the feud of the night, we'll say.
There you go. We got a couple of comments in the chat here. We got Ninja Mortis, who's very happy to see Stu. Say it's Stu fucking Grayson. We got Frantic World, who says Stu is so
Imagine coming home. Fucking SP3. Like,
I would love that. I would love that.
Right, yeah.
Oh, might be absolutely. Frantic World saying Stu is so good. We got Caden who says bring back Stu, please. Yes, I think they should re-sign Stu after that.
If they're gonna keep the Dark Order around, yes, you bring back Stu. It seems kind of obvious.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious after that matchup too. CM saying hashtag re-sign Stu. We got CM who says Stu made Danielson run away. Danielson found out Stu was back. He was like, you know what?
This ain't happening.
Gotta back up. We got Ninja Mortis who says Stu was so good. I get why he didn't re-sign. That good only to get booked on BTE every week. Wow. Annika saying the Dark Order was good when they are at full strength.
That's true.
Bring Stu back and put the mask back on, not 10. No, I think 10 is actually better with LFI and Roosh. Yeah.
And we should fucking what was Stu Grayson's gimmick before the Dark Order?
I've only seen him with the Super Smash Brothers with Evil.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough. All right. Well, try to do something. The Dark Order's over. I'm not entirely sure we're still doing this.
Hey, it's fine. It's fine as either Hangman's friends or lower card fodder.
Lower card fodder. Fair enough. All right, I'm not gonna argue with you. Bring Stu back to lose. It's a good idea. I agree.
Caden says they've done a good job transitioning this story from a singles to a faction feud. Feels made for blood and guts.
I need you to defend this statement, sir. I'm not going to trash it just yet. I want to have you defend the statement that you just made. Feels made for blood and guts. Why? Because of Hangman and Moxley, which should be over already? Otherwise, what about it is made for blood and guts? Outside the fact that Moxley bleeds all the time and Moxley and Hangman are mortal enemies, what about it exactly is made for blood and guts? I'm
going to talk about all the dynamics that they put together at the end of the show when we get there. One Mike Nation... Yes, God. One Mike Nation says, I love the slow over here.
Cinematography, the layers they put together. No, it isn't.
One Mike Nation says, I love the slow heel turn by BCC. No promo needed. We all just know.
Great.
Not really a slow one. They just turned it up. They just turned up their aggression and just going through the most sneaky shit heeled things too. In that, especially in this match.
That ring bell was outrageous.
I was like, go ahead, Wheeler. That went from 0 to 100, but I'm here for it. I am here for it. We got Frantic World said this storyline started with Mox and Page. Now it's time for BCC versus the Elite, just the Elite, not the Elite and Page. He's back. He's back home. Santel saying, what's up to the great SP3 and the insanely hilarious Jimmy. Also to the entire THH fam and those here live. Thank you. That's a
thank you, brother.
Warm welcome.
Superman, because
we got Simeon with the best line of the day. Jimmy, you are such a hate watcher.
Well, that's true. I might be a hate talker. I'm not a hate watcher. I watch it in glee. Well, if it's good. Which it was this episode. I watched it happily.
There you go.
Then when you guys start telling me things are good or great or fucking well done or beautiful or made for something, I have to fucking like SP3. When he hears how great Triple H is, he feels it necessary for some reason to come out of his skin to argue this. When people tell me this is great, I just feel it necessary. It's my job. I have to do this.
So you understand that I only have taken your energy and applying it the other way.
Not my energy. Skip Bayless's energy.
No. You want Skip to Tony Khan. Don't start with me. Don't start with me. I take your energy and I just transfer it the other way. Next, we had Juice Robinson with a vignette recapping what he did to Ricky Starks last week. And he said it's not a question of why he did that to Ricky Starks. It's what's Ricky Starks going to do to him. And he said, Jack Diddley squat.
Juice stinks. I don't care what you say. But I did think that
promo was good, though.
The promo was good. I like Jack Diddley squad. It made for something. This night we don't have nothing, is it?
No, I would hope not, but we'll see. We shall see. They did something else that we asked for last week. They actually recapped what happened in the opening segment, thus made it feel more important. That's what we asked for. If something like Bryan Danielson says he's going home, you have to actually either recap it or have a conversation with the commentator to make it feel important, or just the simplest thing is recap it after it happened. So that made the opening segment feel even more important.
It did. I thoroughly enjoyed it. They've done it before, but they did like right after it happened, which is a terrible idea. We don't need it recapped. We just saw it.
Let something happen in between and then recap it. That's fine. Next we had the TBS Championship up for grabs as Jade Cargill defends in her latest open challenge, and it is accepted by an independent Canadian legend, Nicole Matthews, who just started taking dates and taking US bookings, but I feel bad for this lady here because she just got pump kick, jaded, 1, 2, 3, and she lost in 42 seconds. Jesus. But this was more about the post-match. Renee Paquette gets into the ring to interview her, saying what's her next challenge, and he says if that's it, she says that aren't you Canadian, and gets in Renee's face, then gives her a kiss on the forehead. She then asks Canada if you got anything else for her, and the music hits. We see the graphic on the screen. It is none other than former Impact Knockouts World Champion and Tag Team Champion Taya Valkyrie has arrived in All Elite Wrestling. She comes out, she stares down with Jade, showing that she has no fear of the undefeated TBS champion, now 54-0. Layla Gray first tries to get in between them, and Jade tells her, no, get out the way. We need this moment. We need the photographs. Like, get out the way. Then Jade gets out the ring. Layla Gray tries to attack Taya Valkyrie, and Taya Valkyrie hits her form of the Jaded, the Road to Valhalla, on Layla Gray as referees, and then Smart Mark Sterling come out and stop Jade from getting back into the ring. So we have a new challenger and a formidable, a realistic challenger for Jade. Finally, Jade has a story. Hopefully this goes better than the Athena feud. And then it was made official on social media, Tony Khan announcing that Taya Valkyrie is officially #All Elite. I thought that this was done very well. I thought this was done well because you didn't want Taya to be the challenger here and then lose on our first night. And if you weren't going to take the title off of Jade here, this was the way to do it. So I thought it was very well done. What did you think?
Agreed on all counts. I was really annoyed at who the challenger was. Then I thought, why not use Taya there? But she'd lose. That's a bad idea. So instead, wait for 2 months, I guess, and she'll lose there. But I thought it was all well done. Jade just oozes star power. Renee does great without overdoing it like some other commentators I know. She does great. Oh, I'm fucked face. Oh, no.
She was like, let me get the fuck up out of here.
It was all well done. I love every minute of it. Well done. I hope the feud is interesting, at least. It'd be a lot more interesting if Jade had a little more fodder, but we had to get rid of him for.
But this was the best Jade segment in 3-4 months? It's been a while.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Yes.
It's been a while. We've been waiting for
relative ease. Such a shame.
We got Anna Marie who says, Jimmy, just go watch WWE and enjoy the clown show.
Now, you're on Twitter enough to know that this is I don't want to say butthurt since it's a woman, but this is you know exactly what type of person this is. I can't believe he's saying these things. This is a safe space for AEW blowjobs. No, I don't do it. I'm not interested. I haven't watched WWE realistically in 15 years. AEW brought me out of retirement to watch fucking wrestling, and then they gave me some decent wrestling and then shat all over it for weeks at a time. I'm not going to just blow it because it's not the E. That's not how that works. Sorry, Charlie.
That's good. I agree. And this is why I don't give Triple H a pass for just being better than Vince McMahon. So this is me using that energy, transferring it over. Absolutely. We just keep the same energy here. That's what we're all about. Caden explaining his previous comment where he says Blood and Guts is supposed to be the ultimate blow-off match for a blood feud between factions. This is literally a blood feud, and they're likely adding the Elite into the story.
Let's break this statement down if you do not mind. It's the ultimate blow-off match. It has not been the ultimate blow-off match. The fuck are you talking about? Secondly, it's a blood feud between Moxley and Hangman. The fuck are you talking about? And I asked you, my question was specifically, was it not? Outside of Moxley and Hangman, what makes it made for Blood and Guts? So the answer to my question is nothing. Gotcha. Yes, to end the Elite. Cool. But...
And it's not usually that I agree with Jimmy ripping apart a comment, but I do agree with the fact that they have not made Blood and Guts the ultimate blow-off match. It's literally been the start of feuds more than it's been the blow-off of a feud. If you know what blow-off means, that has not been Blood and Guts.
That's what... Sorry. I'm going to keep it together. I'll be nice. Keep it clean.
I don't know what comments... Simeon says, Jimmy, have you checked in on your buddy Louis Dangour? SP3 cooked him like burnt mac and cheese.
I love that. What do you want, CP time? I already had a whole conversation about this, sir. Where the fuck you been?
He just had to put that in there, I guess.
By the way, for all you wondering, for all you who also might have missed it, he's being significantly sarcastic with my buddy. I muted him before all you did.
You did. You muted him to the point that he thought when I made a joke about muting him that I actually muted him. We got Ace who says Taya Valkyrie versus Jade for the TBS Championship at Double or Nothing. Book it. I'm here for it. Frantic World saying Taya looks so good. I will say she exudes charisma. That's one thing. I've never been that high on her wrestling, but as far as presenting herself as a star, she does do that.
Sure. I've been led astray before. I thought the same thing about Toni Storm. And then she's the opposite of charismatic when she gets in the ring. Sorry.
Hey, except as a heel. She does show a little bit.
She's much better as a heel, yes.
DJ Duke saying Impact losing everyone. Lost a good one there. Kid Get Money being Kid Sends Money with a super chat donation saying with Jade, all I need is 3.5 minutes, maybe even 4. What the hell? What the hell? What the fantastic. Hell are we doing? She will be trying to marry a ninja. You can call me a local jobber.
Awesome.
Thank you for the super chat donation, but that might have been your best one yet because that had nothing to do with the Jags. That was just personal feelings out there.
That was very I love Friday. Go ahead, sir. All right.
Oh man,
Jade is fine as hell. What is she, 5'10", 5'9"?
Riggity's upset you called this not a safe space.
It certainly is not. Certainly is not. Don't come here if you're just expecting us, me in particular, just tell you how great all this is. It's much better than shut up. Beat it. Go watch that. It's we don't need your negative energy here. Shut up.
See, this is why I said I use your energy and I've transferred it over because I do the compare it to that person's other bookings. You compare AEW to AEW. You can't compare AEW to WWE. It's two different beasts. But you can compare, and just like I don't compare Triple H to Vince McMahon. I compare Triple H to.
You don't compare WWE to WWE. You compare.
WWE I compare Triple H booking to Triple H booking.
Yes.
That's what I'm about. I keep the same energy as you, sir. I am not biased. I know you like that comment. So that says Jimmy is right. I don't know what about, but he says Jimmy.
I'm sure I am. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said it.
Next, you had this is one thing I did like about this show is that any of the vignettes that they would show throughout the show, they would have a follow-up and not immediately after, which I don't like. As they let some time in between and then had a follow-up. So a follow-up to the Juice Robinson vignette that we saw, we get Ricky Starks with an interview, and he says that he wants Juice Robinson face-to-face. He says, yes, he's a member of the Bullet Club, but the last time the Bullet Club was relevant was in 2015. So
talk to him, Ricky.
Bring Juice Robinson, bring the Bullet Club. It does not matter. He's used to fighting on his own against a group.
Talk to him, Ricky. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't ask for much. Oh,
you were so happy for this one.
You have no idea. That one line, this promo gave.
You were like, vindication.
I've been saying it for years. Enough of this fucking nonsense. Who cares? Who cares? Fucking bootleg NWO has longer runtime than NWO. This is outrageous. Ugh.
It's going on 10 years this year.
It's egregious.
10 years in May.
And how long has it been shit? Whatever your version of not awesome is.
To me, it hasn't not been at the same level since the Elite became its own group.
So we're talking about
that was in 2018.
God damn. Agreed. Of course, the Elite bastardized it for themselves. Shocking.
We get next the debut of QTV, hosted by QT Marshall, which is basically a spoof of TMZ, where they mock Wardlow, implying that they knew who stole from Wardlow last week, and it was none other than Aaron Solo, who was sent on this mission by QT Marshall. They even have Wardlow's passport, so he can't be here tonight. Hobbs seems ready to fight Wardlow, and they just make a whole bunch of jokes about Wardlow at his expense. He was like, he should be used to people stealing stuff because MJF stole all of his momentum back last May. Then they say that what's next for Wardlow, and Aaron Solo says whatever is next for Batista, but worst. I will say, I wasn't all for this, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, and the jokes were vicious because they were actually true.
Yes. Doesn't do Wardlow any fucking favors.
Nope.
It doesn't do Hobbs any favors. This is a vehicle for QT. But I don't know what to tell you. Like I this is. Are we sure Vince McMahon hasn't bought AEW? Because this feels very Vince McMahon-ish.
We had a revolving door segment to open the show, and then we had this.
You know, like Vince is known for his. In fact, Moxie's here. Remember when he came out? He was doing like he's anti. What was it? Germs?
Yes.
Germs.
The people make him sick. Yes.
Yes, he wore a Bane mask and he had the Bane outfit like fucking 5 years after Dark Knight Rises came out. Vince is known for this. His fucking pop culture things that are several years late. That's what. TMZ? Are you
I know
serious?
This would have been very much relevant like a decade ago.
What the fuck? QT Marshall, I don't know what he does with Tony Khan, but keep doing it, sir. Congratulations.
Hey, keep doing it, and then you can insult journalists on social media. Now he's picking on Alfred crackers and cheese. Next we got with Jimmy in here in the chat who says this is not a safe space. Jimmy does not wear an opinion condom for that shit.
That's hilarious, and you could have got rid of opinion, and it still would have been true. Sorry, just for what?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Pull out.
Why you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy.
Absolutely not. What am I, fucking 16? For a condom for? Yuck.
when the girl asks Jimmy, "You got a condom?" He be like,
"I'm serious. I'm not gonna sit back and take this fucking shit."
when she goes, "I'm on the pill." Jimmy goes,
"Let's fucking go."
Absolutely.
and then when Jimmy's pullout game is not too strong, and she's like, "We got to go to the clinic."
That's
he goes,
"Fucking bullshit."
Be fair. I mean, come on. $400 a pop. Spend the money.
What are we doing? What? What are we doing? No.
$400 for the rest of your life, sir. Jimmy, spend the fucking money. Just fucking do it. Just fucking don't think twice. Just
I don't know how this show gets like this every single week. We got Ninja Boy talking about QTV, I would believe, saying this shit was hilarious. We also got Sibian who says Bullet Club peaked 2017, start of 2018. Yeah, the Bullet Club Civil War was the peak out moment for the Bullet Club overall. We got Ninja Mortis who says Hobbs straight violated Wardlow, says it's Will's world, bitch. Like, fuck your catchphrase. Yes, it was like that.
I don't know about the bitch part, but I do like it's Will's world. He should just start saying that. We always said it was a heel phrase. I'm not sure why Wardlow's saying it. He should just start saying it. Fuck it.
And Ninja Mortis also enjoyed my insult. I appreciate that. I appreciate any pops.
I don't mind him. That's not true. He bothers me. But
exactly. Don't start like I know the truth. Don't.
he's clearly being a gimmick. So like I get it.
Yes. Eric Love said, Jimmy, is there anything you like?
Well, bitches. A good basketball game. Oh, you mean wrestling wise? Sure. I like the opening segment. I like.
We know you like bitches, sir.
I like MJF. I like the main event. I love the main event. Lots of things I like, sir. I'm just not as easily impressed as the rest of you. Where people fucking give you shit and you eat it. And you go, this is awful. So then they piss on your plate and you lick it and you go, oh, that's not as bad as the shit I just ate. AEW is amazing.
Basically what Jimmy's trying to say.
They go on Twitter. I don't see how this is going to work. This is absolutely ridiculous. Send.
MJF is perfect wrestling fanboys.
Oh man, this episode seems more off the rails than even the anyway, let's move on. We had the AEW International Championship because Jimmy, I don't know if you remember, but the title is getting leveled up right here in Winnipeg as AEW and Warner Brothers and Discovery in association with Shazam, Fury of the Gods, right here in Winnipeg. We'll see the AEW International All-Atlantic Championship level up to the AEW International Championship right here in Winnipeg, as we had Double J, Jeff Jarrett, accompanied by Sanjay Dutt and Santam Singh. We saw Jay Lethal with his arm in a sling after last week's matchup with Orange Cassidy. He went to the back for now, and we see the new International Championship, which looks a lot like the old All-Atlantic Championship, just with the name upgrade. Level up versus Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy had a great entrance here as he came out as his usual self. He did the handshake with Shockmaster, Taz's joy. Taz's absolute joy of being next to Tony Schiavone with someone dressed as Shockmaster in the crowd. I will never forget. He was so happy. He was like, you remember him, Shockmaster? Orange Cassidy, I loved him taking the title off the podium, putting the old one up, and putting the new one in his bag, only to go 4 steps into the ring and take it out.
Absolutely.
That was great. That was good.
She did really hot. Let me keep that quiet. Never mind.
You know what? Just
get myself in trouble.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Anybody watching who lives in Canada, grab her up immediately. That's a stock that's going to go up in the future. Just take it to the gym, and that's a winner.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I'm here to help. Just wrestling fans, this is a woman that you could get. Give it a shot.
Oh God, what are we doing here? Anyway, this matchup was basically any TNA Jeff Jarrett match that you would have saw from 2003 to 2006, but it had a hot crowd behind it. So it made it very much entertaining for me. We had Jeff Jarrett getting the advantage early on, kept doing the Jarrett strut. He got so cocky, he put his hands in his trunks and started lazy kicking Orange Cassidy, who eventually came back with chops. At one point, he looked like he was going to go for the figure 4, and instead, because we're in Canada, he goes for the sharpshooter. Very nice sharpshooter, by the way, because in comparison, Orange Cassidy, when he reversed it, did not have a very good sharpshooter. That was like the Rock sharpshooter. Then we get a referee bump, which of course was going to bring in more shenanigans. Satyam Singh got involved a couple of times, tossing Orange Cassidy into the ring. At that point, when the referee went down, Sanjay Dutt passed over the guitar to Jeff Jarrett. He looked to use it when the most fearsome force in all of AEW, Aubrey Edwards, came out and stopped him from using the guitar. As they're arguing in the ring, Orange Cassidy pulls an old Eddie Guerrero trick and as Satyam Singh takes the guitar from Orange Cassidy, he just taps Aubrey on the shoulder, falls down in the slowest way possible. Aubrey then kicks Satyam Singh and Sanjay Dutt out of here. At one point, it looks like Orange Cassidy is going to go for the orange punch, but Jeff Jarrett distracts Bryce Rensburg, the referee, who's still a little bit wobbly after the referee bump. This leads to Jay Lethal coming in with the Golden Globe, blasting Orange Cassidy. Jeff Jarrett, the carny that he is, takes his time to get the pin, so Orange Cassidy kicks out. That was a great moment because that made people believe that Jarrett was going to win the title. That was the key to this matchup here. Trent takes out Jay Lethal at that point when he tries to use the guitar. And then Orange Cassidy, who has the injured leg, he does a one-legged kip up and then a one-legged orange punch for the win here. Like I said, this was full of shenanigans. This was overbooked. But it was good. It was entertaining for me. I enjoyed this way more than I probably should have. What did you think, Jimmy?
I almost had your exact thoughts. I know I should hate these matches that Jeff Jarrett has. I hated them when I was a kid. I don't know why I don't hate them anymore. It's just maybe because he's losing instead of winning. I just love him. I can watch him all day. It's so different than everything else AEW does. It feels like we go into a time warp where we're just watching 2006. It's wild. And I enjoy it. For some reason, I do. I'm so happy about it. I wish Jeff would take it a little more seriously when he's going to beat somebody. That's what one of the
He's such a carny. He's such a carny. He goes, yeah. When he does this, that's the best.
I was like, I would have bought that near fall if you didn't do all this nonsense. But it worked. I loved it. This is so much fun. If you're going to use Jeff Jarrett and use Orange Cassidy, having them together is probably the best option.
Yeah. If you're gonna use Jeff Jarrett, especially in like a title match like this, they chose the perfect person to be in it with him, and that was Orange Cassidy, because he was able to play off of Orange Cassidy's gimmick with the whole hands in his trunks. There was so many good stuff about this match. It was way better than it had any right to be.
All facts.
Yes.
All the facts.
We got Big Man Dog saying level up. Yes.
Change your avatar. Use a more recent picture of Roman Reigns. This shit is outrageous. It's egregious.
Oh man, he also says one positive thing I could say about this episode is that it didn't feel like it was running on autopilot anymore. Even the terrible stuff didn't feel phoned in.
God damn, that is a great way to put it. Yes, it felt like we had a goal, we had things to do. We're not sitting on our hands, unlike Raw. Oh, I mean AEW. I'm sorry, H. You know I love you. I was like, God damn, sorry.
This week's Raw. Oh yeah.
WrestleMania is tomorrow. What are you doing?
Don't get me started on NXT. NXT made me realize that Raw wasn't that bad.
NXT does things though. Awful things, but they do things.
Oh my god, we got ABB in the chat. Thanks for coming, ABB, and dropping a comment here. It says, can't watch right now. Just got to say that AEW got me hooked again just with that ending. LOL. Even if I think it's rushed, Hangman ending the show, Hangman and Kenny fuckers have got me interested again. We got him.
More Hangman. That's it.
More Hangman. You sold ABB on more Hangman. Frantic World saying Jimmy is wild for that. Jimmy is wild for everything he says on this show.
She's not attractive. Like, she doesn't have a pretty face. There you go. Oh, she's pretty. That's all I'm saying.
You did not say that, sir. That's not all you said.
She's pretty. It can be improved upon. You should get it now. So when it improved upon, you have already have a connection. If you wait for her to improve, you in deep shit. She's not answering you back. Sorry, sir. I'm here to help.
And like I say, I'd love Taz telling the crowd not to cheer for the toe kicks if it's not Orange Cassidy. Taz was good on commentary today. That show. He was good. He was really good. We got Simeon saying Jeff Jarrett Stockholm syndrome for you guys. Yes! Yes! You might be onto something. That's the best comment. That's the best comment about anything.
We're just victims that have been brainwashed.
Yes, it's because we have the image of all the Jeff Jarrett matches. Him beating Monty Brown when he shouldn't have. Him beating all the WCW main eventers, Kevin Nash and DDP when he shouldn't have. The first time he went against Sting, I think he beat him because Christian turned heel. I remember that shit. I have all of Stockholm Syndrome. So now that he's losing, it's like, oh my God, this is like the perfect nostalgia for me.
I was going to say, is Kevin Nash the only person people don't get sarcasm for? Do you see people up in arms about the shit Kevin Nash said? About him and Stone Cold making a pact?
Yeah, they made a pact not to watch AEW Dynamite.
Have people never heard Kevin Nash speak?
Because I don't think people only saw the quote. They didn't hear the entire segment where he says, like, I don't watch AEW anymore. And then his co-host says, is that Genuine? He was like, no, Genuine is a black R&B singer. I'm Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash is hilarious. It's like he's obviously joking. He might not watch AEW, but he made a pact with Stone Cold Steve Austin not to watch.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So,
that sounds
Stone
great.
Cold's one of the coolest wrestlers of all time. I think that he would never want to have admit that he made a pact not to watch
Made a pact.
Made a pact.
12?
Let's make a pact. Let's make a pact. We're gonna lose our virginity by prom. Let's make a pact.
Who said it? I don't want to get your. I know who it was. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. My thoughts are my own. You know this. Fucking Kate from Fightful. Taking this nonsense seriously. I'm sorry. It's Kevin Nash. He's not being serious. Sorry. That wasn't too bad.
No. You didn't say anything insulting. I would have disclaimed you. Me. We did not say anything defamatory about Kate. She's good people. Annika saying, leave it alone, Jimmy and SP3. You know we can't do that.
It's a she, not a it. Oh. Well, maybe she just shut up.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
So next, I can't with you. Next, we had the Acclaim with a rap video showing how much they love their fans and their general awesomeness as they prepare for the next chapter, as they are now once again the uncrowned champs. We'll follow up on that in a bit. Anyway, next he had the Outcast coming out, who got their own entrance video, own theme song now, and they come out with Ruby Soho first talking, saying how the vision was once the grass was greener here in AEW. Then a couple of bitches came and pissed on the grass. He says Saraya says there wouldn't even be a division without them, and then she calls the fans. Called the fans neck-bearded twats. Oh, shit. That was the best line Saraya said in AEW yet. We hear about how many women they've beaten down so far. Toni Storm talks about being disrespected when she was called champion. No, I mean interim champion. And she said that all the fans were just way too happy to have Jamie Hayter come and beat her, which was true. This is once again the Outcast 2 weeks in a row. They're saying facts here. Talk about all the women they've beaten, and then Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter come down to attack the Outcasts to get some revenge for what happened at Revolution. But eventually, they don't have the numbers advantage, so the Outcasts lay them out and jump them. You get Britt getting choked out with her own Gucci belt, and then taking Destination Unknown. You have Saraya choking up Jamie Hayter until Riho and the gang, Riho, Willa Nightingale, and Sky Blue come out and make the save. Riho has this like weird lead pipe bat. I don't know what it was. It was weird, but it was very weird. But I love Riho being the leader of this gang, coming out to run off the Outcast after she was attacked following her win over Nyla Rose on AEW Rampage last week. So this was fine. This was fine. What did you think?
I love Jamie Hayter. I really like, and used to love Britt Baker. They should never wear matching outfits ever again. That's a terrible look. Please.
Denim.
That ain't it. I thought the promo was fine. I thought it was really good. I can't believe how much Ruby Soho has improved this fucking group that fast. I still hate the name, but yeah, whatever. Fine. It's not
like
egregious.
We're trying to be the outsiders, except we're green and black.
Casts. Shut up. This was fun. This worked for me mostly. Saraya dropping twats because in England twats, punts. They just drop it like it's nothing. Like, this is a nationally televised program, ma'am. What?
We got Carney bullshit earlier in the show, so
this is a bit above that. I know you think twats is like the softer version of the C word, but it isn't. This all worked for me, and I'm glad Riho's here. I don't know how I feel about this. Is the 5 we're going with. I don't know if I love this 5.
Yeah, I would want Sky Blue to get like beaten out and out of this. Yeah, and then you have to find a replacement, and they could do a whole angle where they're trying to convince Jade to do it, and then it's like SummerSlam 2010, and then it's Chris Statlander who's the 5th person. We
always say this, and they never do this. We always say they could make this more of an angle, and they never do that. They skip the angle part and just go right to the thing. Sorry. So it'll be Statlander, but there'll be no extra edits because dummy's a dummy.
They should build up to it, have them try to ask Jade, and then eventually it's Jade is like playing her own game, like, oh no, I'm good, I'm not gonna be involved, and then it's Chris Statlander.
That'd be awesome. Not happening.
Yeah, no. We got Simeon who says Jimmy knowing who Kate from Fightful is really cool. There you go. We got praise for that. EVB says, you bet your ass I will need to rewind this later and listen to your thoughts on this QTV with Hobbs. It wasn't as bad as we both thought it would be.
It wasn't as bad, no.
It was dated for sure, but it wasn't as bad.
Very dated and egregious that Hobbs' first night as champion is about QT Marshall.
That is tough. Yeah. We got Annika saying, do I want to know what a twat is in England? In England?
Same thing it's in America. Twat. C word.
We got MCAS who says, SP3 and Jimmy, do you know what makes Daddy Magic's nipples hard? GOAT status for Matt Menard. Speaking of which, he was next up the Jericho Appreciation Society, a follow-up from the Acclaimed rap. Because the Acclaimed rap by itself, it's useless on the show. But the follow-up here continues what we started last week. Jericho Appreciation Society say that they aren't happy with the Acclaim turning them down last week twice, and they tell us to wait until Rampage, where they prove to them that they should be a part of the Jericho Appreciation Society. And it's announced later that we're going to get Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ange versus the Bollywood Boys on Rampage this week.
Sure. That'll bump those fucking Rampage ratings. Oh my god. And they're getting a third show.
Bump them up.
What's TBS look? What's TNT look like? I gotta see what the fuck their schedule looks like.
Man, they canceling Degrassi for more AEW? God damn it. What are we doing?
What did Rampage do last week? Or a couple weeks ago? 300?
A couple weeks ago, it was like 300.
What was the
last week? They did well. They did over 400.
They did well over 400.
Yeah, I know. I remember when 400 was the down part, but now that's not.
Yes.
We had Powerhouse Hobbs during the QTV segment said that he's going to have an open challenge for the TNT Championship on Rampage, their St. Patrick's Day Slam, and that open challenge is accepted by none other than Ray Phoenix. So we're going to see Ray Phoenix going one-on-one with Powerhouse Hobbs for the TNT Championship this Friday on Rampage.
God damn it. I do want to see that match.
I do too. Just Hobbs tossing around Phoenix and Phoenix flying around him. Yeah.
Shit. I might download it. Just see that match.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We got a couple of comments here. Well, we got CM with a good suggestion saying Thunder Rosa on the Outcast side.
Ooh, I wouldn't hate that idea. But I do love a good, like, frenemies. I wouldn't mind her being with Britt Baker.
Me either. I wouldn't mind her being the 5th person either. Yeah. Because she feels more of like an AEW original now, even though she did come in as an outcast.
Yeah, and she was not exactly treated as an original, was she?
Nope. No, not at all. Not at all. And it is something that Britt Baker made a bigger deal of Thunder Rosa still being champion and injured than Toni Storm ever did.
I know, right? Toni Storm should write a thank you card. Instead of being bitter.
Don't be bitter. Just be happy. I was here. We got Eric Love who says, no, leave Jade out. No, Jade needs to be involved with the main picture. That's what we want. We want Jade involved with the main picture. That's the main storyline going on. She should be involved in some way.
Agreed.
We got MCAS says, yes, Thunder with Outcast because DMD told her that when she came from the NWA. Long-term storytelling, indeed.
Oh my God. They should have never introduced that word to you people. And now you guys use it for everything. It doesn't apply.
Long-term storytelling. EBB with the education of the show, he says, twats is basically just a common tame insult we use over here. So, for example, I would call QT a boring twat. MJF, the character, is a right twat. That bellend.
Yeah, that's what we said already. It is the C word. The only difference is in America we pretend to take that stuff seriously, and over there they don't.
Because you're calling a female body part an insult. That's not
yes, and in fact, according to my YouTube fucking monetization settings, it is a very serious fucking curse word. It's right up there with the F word for gay people and the N word for blacks. Apparently, women get everything, even a bump here. It's not even close to those two things. Can we admit it? It's not even close. It's not even in the same ballpark.
I'm just gonna leave that one alone, ladies and gentlemen. We got King of the North who says Bollywood Boys versus 2.0 is a good matchup for my Canadian soul. Old rivalry. There you go. Let's pop in the Canadians.
King of North is back.
Yeah, it's back.
He thinks
he probably took a break from you. It's like, I need to take a break. This guy has more hate in his soul than anyone I've ever met. He also says Athena as the outcast because she's in ROH and Thunder Rosa being outcast by Britt and Jamie. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That makes sense. It's long-term storytelling, ladies and gentlemen. See, even King of the North now saying I should play the graphic for you. He's getting it. He knows what the show is all about now.
Clearly.
Oh man, we got CM who says when balls are far more sensitive.
Well,
that is true.
Have you ever seen a woman get kicked down there? It's a similar reaction.
This is true.
It's jarring. And it's not my job to break it up either. That's between the two of you.
Anyway, let's talk about the main event of this show. House of Black defending the AEW World Trios Championships against the Jericho Appreciation Society and the Elite. Great reaction for Kenny Omega and the Elite here. Kenny chants during his goddamn entrance. He felt once again like the superstar, one of the biggest stars in wrestling when he came out here in Winnipeg. Same thing for Chris Jericho, as you even saw his dad, Ted Irvine, in the crowd singing Judas during his entrance. And these three teams went out there and just had a tremendous main event matchup. This was an action-packed bout, but it was really centered on the two Winnipeg boys, Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. They teased them facing off very early, but House of Black got involved. We then get some more of like the other people involved in this matchup, including what is probably one of my favorite weekly things about Jericho Appreciation Society matches is the Jericho Appreciation Society sports entertainment poses. And Kenny Omega comes in. He starts running wild on the House of Black and the Jericho Appreciation Society. He gets the Snapdragons lands on Brody King as well as Malachi Black. He does the "you can't escape" to Buddy Matthews. We finally get it face to face, Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega, and the roar of the crowd once again. Like I said, with Moxley and Hangman standing off, this was the matchup that the people were most invested into.
Looks like a before and after picture.
We get a hockey fight between the two Winnipeg boys, which got some big reactions. We get everybody coming in for big spots as the Young Bucks start hitting the super kick party on everyone, including Sammy getting a springboard into the super kick party. Then I think the even bigger reaction than Omega and Jericho facing off was Omega and Jericho working together, because they first worked together to get their first face off. Then they worked together against Brody King, who once again, this is the key to all these House of Black matches. Make Brody King look like the world beater. He is the world beater of the House of Black. So Jericho and Omega have to team up together for a superplex to take him out of this. The ending was very confusing though, because Daniel Garcia was the legal man, but House of Black take out Garcia and then Sammy, and then House of Black throw Sammy Guevara into the corner. Jericho tags in, but he tags in on Sammy, not the legal man, Daniel Garcia. So Jericho comes in, he's surrounded by House of Black. He starts fighting back. He eventually gets a near fall that the ref counts, that he shouldn't have counted. Eventually, he's taken out with the black mass. He falls out of the ring. Daniel Garcia gets back into the ring, and the House of Black triple team him. They give him Dante's Inferno for the victory here. So the right legal man was pinned here. There was some confusion that people thought that Jericho was the legal man, but he was never the legal man. So that was the one mistake of this entire matchup that keeps it from being a perfect matchup. But like I said, I thought this was tremendous, but probably even better was the post-match. House of Black retain the AEW World Trios Championships. Jake Hager comes out to fight with the House of Black, but he gets beaten down pretty quickly as that's going on. During the matchup, we saw a clip to backstage where Blackpool Combat Club and the Dark Order and Hangman Adam Page were brawling in the backstage area. They come out to the stage and they're still brawling. Hangman Adam Page gets into the ring and he faces off with the Blackpool Combat Club. And who has his back? It's not the Dark Order. It's the Elite. Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. The crowd roars as the Elite come in to have the back of the back of Hangman Adam Page. You get Excalibur saying Page is stuck in the middle. What a moment! The stare down ends the show as Blackpool Combat Club back away, realizing that they're like, no, we'll let you live for now. You got your old friends back. But Hangman all the while doesn't realize that the Elite is behind him. Then we end the show as he's turning around. This was a straight up, we've said it before, Jimmy, but this was a straight up WCW Nitro ending. This was WCW Nitro to a T. It's like Sting comes into the ring, points them back at the NWO, and before they even touch, the feed heads. Oh no! I should have had Tony screaming like, "Oh my God, what's gonna happen?" Hangman doesn't realize that the Elite have saved him. And then that's how you end the show. But give me more Elite drama. Give me more the Elite melodrama. This is the heart of AEW. The heart is back, baby. How they opened the show and ended the show felt like 2021 AEW when they were at their peak and cooking. I'm here for the 4 Pillars showdown at Double or Nothing, and I'm here for the reunited Elite versus the Blackpool Combat Club. Because not only do you have the dynamic of Page and Moxley has a bunch of history with Kenny Omega. That was one of the original feuds of AEW. And then you have the lingering fact that if Hangman reunites with the Elite, that's 4 against 3. There is a member of the Blackpool Combat Club missing. So you have this great dynamics with both teams. Can the Elite and Hangman Adam Page get back on the same page? Can Bryan Danielson come back home to the Blackpool Combat Club and get back on the same page with the club that he kind of just left behind as he focused on MJF to get revenge for their former leader that betrayed Jon Moxley? How's that going to work? We get Bryan versus Hangman again. We get Bryan versus Kenny again. I am here for all of this. What
Clearly.
did you think? What did you think of the main event, and then what did you think of the post match?
Where do I start? Before I forget, if I know, I know we always try to fantasy book this stuff. What they should do, and it doesn't happen. What they should do is have fucking each member of the BCC go up there and try to convince Dragon to come back. All shitty speeches and Dragon's not listening.
like Moxley is like, come on, let's do. And is Brian down with their new vibes, their new?
I think he would be. You said you wanted to come home. We're home.
Yeah, and he was the one that originally came up with the concept. He said you wanted to put together a whole bunch of badass dudes who just beat everybody up. That's what we're doing now, man.
You should say fucking, or he can go to the right and say fucking, you owe me. Your mentor fucked me up. You fucking owe me. Anyway, what actually happened? This was great. I'm not gonna let your enthusiasm bring my enthusiasm down. I'm not gonna let it happen. I'm gonna keep it together. This was great.
Why don't you like anyone else having enthusiasm? That's the issue. That's the issue. That other people's enthusiasm or happiness with something takes your happiness down.
This was great. Every part of this was great. Matter of fact, I didn't dislike anything about it. In fact, even clearly the worst member of this match, Matt Jackson. Even Matt Jackson wasn't awful in this match. I enjoyed him in this match. Well, that's strong. He didn't bother me in this match. I loved all of this, particularly Brody King, because Brody King is amazing. The Jericho Omega stuff was fantastic. Every part of it. Even the superplex we all saw coming was great. Am I done with that? Yeah, I'm done with that. And obviously the right people won. Obviously, House of Black should win this fucking match.
Yeah.
However, the post match, I can't believe I didn't see it coming. I thought it was odd to show them all fighting in the back. I was like, that's a weird thing to show right now. Probably should show it a little earlier.
It did not make sense until you did that final segment. You had to do it.
It was great. And Hangman willing to fight all three is a great visual. The elite behind him, if I'm knowing, awesome. All this worked for me. Even the ending early, which I'm assuming was not on purpose, but even that works for me.
And then the final shot is a callback to Revolution. That shot at Revolution.
I enjoyed all this. I loved every single bit of it. I was shocked by how much all of this worked. To me, this is one of Dummy's best kind of booking scenarios here. This was perfectly done. I assume he didn't agent it, but you know what? Fuck it. When you're the boss, you get the credit. And he did a good job.
That is true. That seems to be the thing. If you're the boss, you get all the credit, even if you don't deserve any of the credit. That's why I kept saying. That's why I said.
Elite hater. That's impressive.
Elite hater.
Elite hater.
That is sad about Ospreay needing has a shoulder injury. Hopefully he'll be ready for Forbidden Door because I need my Omega Ospreay too. We got Frantic World saying the main event was so good. We got Kid Get Money with another super chat donation. Thank you so much, good brother, who is very happy because he said shout out to Hager in the Jaguar print #push Hager.
No.
But I thought that part of the ending wasn't really like focused on, but I thought that with Hager attacking, you need a big man to counteract Brody King. So I think we're going to do Jericho Appreciation Society. Sammy can be removed because he's going to focus on the world title scene, and they do Jericho, Garcia, and Hager versus House of Black next.
I'm not mad at that. That could be fun.
Yes. I don't know who's the baby faces there, but they'll pick these fans will pick a side. You know they'll pick a side here. I think they'll pick House of Black. House of Black come off like tweeners.
They do. They're so badass. They have a great look. They have a great gimmick. Julia Hart as this 12-year-old who walks around and just works. It just works. I don't know why it works, but it does.
Goth little girl. She's one of the goth girls from South Park. We got EBB says the first thing I did when the show ended was search YouTube and Twitter for the off-air fan footage. Hope we open Dynamite with the off-air footage that happened. They should definitely show it. I think maybe show the clip. Yeah, at some point. Not just save it for BT, not just BT.
How would you follow up on this? Anything except the Matt Jackson 5-minute locker room speech, I'm here for.
Yeah. I wanna see if Omega has watched the show and knows about anything, because we still haven't followed up with that. If Omega knows that the Young Bucks nodded to Hangman before he lost the world title, if he knows that the Young Bucks chose Hangman for the trios tournament before they even asked Kenny, like we need that before we have the full reunion.
How would you explain that away though? First of all, if he hasn't seen it, Don Callis has told him. So
yes. Yeah, we need them like talking about reuniting with Hangman, and then Don brings it up. We need Don to be like, no, you know what?
Oh, and you know what? Kenny sides with the Bucks anyway, and then he goes with Takeshita.
Takeshita and maybe Ibushi coming in.
Sure, because Forbidden Door, you all loved it, even though the ratings said otherwise. By the way,
hey, the buy rate was good. Simeon saying Garcia was the legal man. They just confused everyone by accident with Jericho tagging Sammy, which didn't count. Yeah.
Is he responding to somebody?
Huh?
Is he responding to somebody or just repeating what was already said out loud?
He did have a good comment here. 3 years in the making for Elite and Hangman reunion. My heart can't take it.
Jesus Christ.
I can't take it. EBB says, I love how Jimmy gets a tad annoyed at this. Matt Jackson about to cut some more emotional Oscar-worthy promos. Jimmy, the absolute GOAT. It's inevitable.
Indeed.
Give it up for the GOATs. Give it up for the GOATs. Damn, he didn't have to leave. James Jones saying Jimmy getting ready. Yes, I thought he would be a lot rougher on this. King of the North saying nobody in Winnipeg was there for House of Black. I mean, we knew by the reactions for Jericho and Omega. They were definitely there for them. MCAT saying add Kota Ibushi to the Elite, and Blackpool Combat Club add someone else, either Bryan Danielson or a tag team, say Butcher and the Blade. I think they're convoluting it a little too much. We can do a 4-on-4. They could do Anarchy in the Arena at Double or Nothing, and then follow up with Blood and Guts to end things in June. This doesn't need to be a long, drawn-out feud, and I would love for Blood and Guts to be what Caden said it was earlier, and a blow-off to the feud instead of starting the feud. We got EBB who says Danielson is like at the top of the mountain with his kids, and we follow the Blackpool Combat Club climbing up there to talk to him. Yes, he knows. EBB knows, saying yes, SP3, yes. We also got King of the North who says Jimmy wants us all to be miserable like he is.
Jesus fucking Christ. I know this is a fake account. I know what you're doing.
I'm not typing anything. Simeon saying Jimmy stealing our glory all for himself. Man trying to steal from the Elite fandom church. Yeah,
I literally can't win. They say I don't like anything. They don't like something. Oh, look at this nigga trying to steal. Look, the fuck do you want from me? Please let me know.
Yeah. King of the North saying Julia Hart taking V triggers and shit. Yes, that she's tough as nails. I'm here for Julia Hart. We got King of the North saying, damn, Matt Jackson came to get Jimmy. Yes, Matt Jackson knocked on the door. Like, you talking trash about me?
I'd fold Matt Jackson up quick. Stop it. Knock it off.
And EBB says, give me a Matt Jackson 5-minute locker room promo. Here for it. But yes, that is all for us. Sound off in the live chat. Let us know your match of the night. MVP, LVP, what you gave the show out of 10. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. First up, me and Jimmy put our thumbs in the middle for the March 15, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board once again. 2 weeks in a row. They're going 2 weeks strong, following up from Revolution with us getting the thumbs up unanimous. Jimmy, out of 10, what did you give the show?
8.
I go 8.5 this week.
Shocking.
That main event, man. That main event was one of the best TV matches of the year.
It was a great main event
I've seen so far. I would say, damn, Matt Jackson came to get him again, y'all. Came to get him again. Fold him up. Ace saying thumbs up. We got James Jones saying up. We got MCAS saying up as well. We got MCAS saying MVP Hangman Page. Simeon saying enjoy it with us, not from us. Spitting facts, sir. Spitting facts. We got King of the North who says MVP Taya Valkyrie, match of the night, the main event, LVP Jimmy, of course. King of the North. King of the North gets a thumbs up. King of the North might get my honorable mention for MVP because of his comments. He's killing it. We got James Jones who says 7.5 through 8. We got Safet who says 8.5. We got Frantic World who says 8.5. We got Bonkers who says 7.9. I'm just giving it 8. What are we doing? It's like me giving 4 3/4 to matches. We got Ace who says 8 out of 10. We got MCAS who says 8.5 out of 10. We got King of the North who says Matt Jackson breaking his motor. We got EBB who says, is Jimmy at all related to the grandpa from the Boondocks? Might be onto something there. I'm going to go MVP for this show. I'm going to go all 4 pillars. All 4 pillars and the House of Black. I'll go all 4 pillars and the House of Black because I really enjoyed the opening segment. Really enjoyed House of Black. Really enjoyed the elite tease for the reunion. So those are my MVPs. I went MVPs of all 4 pillars and the House of Black. What did you think, Jimmy? Who's your MVP for the show?
MJF. I'm not gonna pretend like all 4 pillars are equal. They are not. Even in that performance.
Fair. That is fair. MJF was great in that opening segment. LVP for the show, Jimmy.
I can't be dummy. The Acclaimed. They're awful. Sorry.
They only did a rap video. What are we doing?
Sorry. They're the worst part of the show, would it not?
I mean, fair. LVP, shoot, damn. I will go with the Nicole Matthews. That's an easy one. She lost in 42 seconds on her debut. The one that lost to Jade. Yeah, I'm picking on her.
Fair enough.
And yeah, QT for dragging Hobbs in his first segment.
It's pretty shit, but yeah,
that's not good. That's not good. And match of the night, Jimmy.
Oh, the main event. Come on now.
Main event with relative ease. Like I said, that was one of the best matches that I've seen from AEW Dynamite. I've seen on all wrestling TV this year. But yes, we got Ace who says MVP, the pillars. We got King of the North who says Taya Valkyrie equals elite milk.
Absolutely. The AEW fucking equality for you. Elite milk. Absolutely.
We got Annika who says LVP QT for bringing Hobbs down to QTV. We got Frantic who says MVP Taya and House of Black. LVP Warlow for getting his stuff taken from QT by QT and Hobbs. That's fair. That's fair. And EBB says MVP Tony Khan. He actually kind of impressive how he made me bored by a Hobbs title.
Right? I'm already over it.
Like, I'm done. Move on. But that brings us to a close on another edition of AEWramble. I want to thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Jimmy. As always, let the people know where they can follow you on social media. What you got going on your channel, good sir?
At Jimmy Macram on Twitter, on YouTube, and on Instagram. On YouTube, we watch films and TV. And The Mandalorian.
Yes.
Friday, Saturday.
Yeah. Watching Mandalorian. I'm back on Jimmy's channel. Took a hiatus after Ozark because it took us 2.5 years to watch one season of Ozark, but I'm back on for The Mandalorian. Some good stuff from the 2 episodes that I saw so far. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHeelSP3. Damn, Jimmy. Matt Jackson really coming for Jimmy. Follow us on the Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at TrueHeelHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHeelHeat. $3 a month. More exclusive content. The Raw Report, Dark Power, plus much more. Our Prediction Championship over there. Check us out on True Hill Heat Sports YouTube channel where we do sports content. We got the UFC event coming up on Saturday that we'll be back for. So check us out over there. Also twitch.tv/True Hill Heat Gaming tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We got another edition of Blunt Impact, watching Impact on Access TV. So join us over there at 8 p.m. Eastern time on our Twitch channel. And I'll be back here Chapter on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel on Saturday, 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time. True Hill Heat 217. It will be myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and special guest Jarrett Bailey. So join us for that Saturday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time. For Jimmy Macram, for Matt Jackson, who is messing with Jimmy's modem, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 85, Building Pillars. We are signing off until